change the fuel pump on this Polaris Razor S, 800S. And we bought one of those aftermarket Jeep pumps, and I'll show it to you guys. I'll put all the codes in the comments. I believe it's like a 8835. I'll look it up right now and I'll tell you. So the pump we're going to put into this is an Airtex E8335. It's like a stock 94 Jeep YJ pump for a 4-cylinder. And everybody on the internet says it's a direct bolt-in fit. So let's see if it's a direct bolt-in fit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean all the way around the pump. And the main reason for this is I do not want to get this junk in my tank. Next thing you do is unplug the electrical. My electrical is already unplugged because I'm actually running a temporary tank in the back of this. So that way I could keep running the ATV and having fun. Next thing is just unplug your fuel lines. There'll be quick disconnects. Again, mine is already disconnected because I'm running a temporary tank. And then you're just going to disconnect your breather. Just like that. Now just remove the 6 bolts and the whole pump assembly should come right out. So now with the pump out of the tank, you can kind of see the full assembly of this unit here. What we're going to do is we're just going to pop the bottom of this unit off, which all you need is a flathead screwdriver. Just clip up these little clips here, and that should just come off nice and easily. Push that off to the side. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to undo these clips inside here. So just unhook these wires, just to make it so that they don't rip out. So now those wires are done. You can see all the clips all the way around. So we're just going to go, just gently massage it. Just again, gently pry it. I got a couple more screwdrivers now. So 1 screwdriver, 2 screwdriver. I guess that one's already okay. Just basically get them off these clips. That's all we're trying to do. There you go, just like that. So now I don't really want to pull any of this stuff out. So the pump, we're just going to reach inside of here, push this clip in, just like that. Now the pump can be extracted out the bottom. So that's what our problem is. Now let's go get the new pump and compare them. So this is the new pump, and you guys want product numbers. There you go. There you go. So let's open this up this new pump here. Instructions, that's okay. So, on first glance, these pumps look pretty much identical. Little differences in the bottom here. The tops, the plugins look exactly the same. Everything looks the exact same on these things. Like I said, little differences on the bottom, but I don't think that really matters. The hard part's going to be getting this thing off. I want to clean this filter a little bit more before I put it back in. So let's try to get this filter off the bottom of this one. I was able to get this off just with the simple pry of a screwdriver, and we'll push it back on with like a 1/4-inch socket. Let's pull the filter off. Again, little pry with the screwdriver. There, she just flies off. So we're going to clean this up really good, and I actually forgot to buy cleaner. Fuck. So we use some carb cleaner to get this thing all cleaned up. Let's put it onto the new pump. Just slides on just like it did onto the previous one. Then you take on your little piece, push it on by hand, and then we'll go get a socket to push it on the rest of the way. 1/4 inch drive, 7/30 seconds. Just push that right on. Just like that. Reinstalled to factory specs and torque, my friends. Now basically it's just reassembling. It gave us a new bottom piece right here inside the kit, along with some hose clamps. Don't think we really need this. Let's see the differences here between factory and this. These look pretty much damn near identical, except for the bottoms. So you know what? I'm just going to clean this one and then put it back into the unit. With the factory piece all cleaned up, we're just going to reinsert this into the housing. I guess I have to clean that too. Look at the mud inside of there. Okay, so now this is all cleaned up. We're going to install the factory bottom rubber bushing. It's like so. Push that off to the side because we don't need that till later. We're going to insert the the hard plastic piece, and then the rubber piece. This was on the factory pump, so I imagine it's got to be on this pump. Clean this. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to slide the fuel pump into the bottom. We're going to plug this back in. And then we're just going to try to untangle it just a bit. Now you want to put this back together so they go in together. You also want these two wires to come out the hole on the side, just like how it was before we started. And the reason for that is you want to leave everything the way you find it. You don't want somebody to know that you've taken it apart, basically. So just like that. So I had some difficulties getting this back together and I wasn't having a good time, so I paused the camera. Lesson learned. This piece right here, this one tab, goes in line with the filter, and then the hole right here, this first one right above it, goes in line. See the hole there? Goes right in line with this silver tab. So if you go to put it all back together, make sure you put it back together in line properly. But now we're able to set this back inside the razor. I'm going to put some grease around here, and the reason for that is grease helps stuff seal, so let's get this done. So let's put some grease just around the seal here to help make it seal with the new one. I don't want to get this into the gas tank. All I want to do is help the seal work between the pump and the gas tank body. Not a lot. Perfect. Just going to set this puppy back in there. Gas tank sending unit goes in first. When it goes down, it rotates. Just a little bit of a tight squeeze to get in there, that's all. Now, it kind of sticks up a bit. You have to activate the spring inside of it. Give it a little bit of a shove. Just get one or two started. Curtis is here. Yeah. Now to re-put these in, I'm going to set my drill to the easiest setting, because these do have a tendency of ripping out the insert, and then you have to JB weld them in, and I'm not a fan of that. They don't have to be super tight. Just like that. And then all you have to do once you do that is reconnect your breather tube. Reconnect your electrical. And lastly, reconnect your fuel line. So now we have the new fuel pump in there, we have it tightened down, we have the fuel lines all hooked up. Let's see if we can get this thing to go. Oh, need to put my foot on the brake. Kind of seems like it's got some air in the lines. She looks like she's back to normal now. Oh, I am so happy about that. You know, and I read this up on a couple forums on Google, and this pump works. It really does work. And you know what, realistically, I had a couple friends come over, so they distracted me, but I think this only took me maybe about 30-35 minutes to do, and very easy swap. And it's good to have my razor back. So now I can take out this temporary boat tank because I do not need this. It's got like it's back to normal. So thank you everybody on Google for helping me out with my research. I have no idea who you are, but that 94 Jeep YJ pump works beautifully. So now I can get back to ripping up the trail.